get my 6. As you can clearly see at this time, there are no large, dark, man-shapen figures standing at the edge of the woods. Yet something matching that description just made that noise. Clearly, they want to continue to watch me do what I was doing. I try to keep getting closer to them. They keep running back into the woods, huffing and puffing. So you're just going to have to watch for them come back out while I do what I'm doing. I mean, is the potential Bigfoot Sasquatch that may or may not live in the woods behind my house seriously coming out to watch me so they can learn how to plant sunchokes? Of all things, you talk about extremely bored they must be. Let me show you what we're doing. All right, check it out. One of my projects. My other hand's full, so I can't zoom. Just gonna have to walk you down here. But I plowed up a length of probably a football field, maybe more, 120 yards of my upper field up here behind my bees. We're going to get to them. And I planted 400,000 wildflower seeds in here. Sounds like a lot of work, but you know, they come in packs of 50,000. You just sprinkle them out. And then somebody commented and gave me a great idea about sunchokes, which I was not familiar with, but which I quickly familiarized myself with. Look at these bees. Aren't they beautiful? Hey girls, I got something else for you. Well, I'll have something else for you here by this fall. Look at those bees. Aren't they beautiful? Oh, they're gorgeous. Here's their sourwood patch. But somebody asked if I grew sunchokes, because I like to grow edibles, especially ones that come back year after year after year after year, like asparagus and my fruit trees. And sunchokes fit that description. So I got me some sunchoke tubers, and on this big wide part of this plowed up surface down here, I'm just going to plant me a big old patch of sunchokes. And you're going to watch what may or may not be creeping up on me out of the woodline back here to watch me do it. Keep getting my 6. The huffs and puffs, and where I was observing something large, dark, man-shapen figure was in this area. But again, I went and got the camera, because every time I'd try to go up there, get close, it'd go back in the woods and start huffing and puffing at me like you heard. I ain't got time to be running back and forth, so we're just going to try to get it on film. In the meantime, as I mentioned, someone asked in the comment section if I grew sunchokes. I Googled it. Obviously, I've seen them around here all over the place. They look like very large sunflowers when they grow. They get up to about 8 feet tall. And pardon the traffic, we're down here close to the road on the far end of our property. You're hearing why I planted thousands of trees down here as a privacy hedge. It's not quite mature yet, but it's getting there. But these tubers, the roots of the sunchoke, they're also called Jerusalem artichokes, which is an erroneous nickname because they're not artichokes. These are edible tubers like potatoes, and according to what I read in my research, they taste like nutty. They have like a nutty flavor, a sweet flavor, and the consistency of like whipped potatoes. You harvest them in the fall. It's recommended that, okay, I won't be harvesting these this fall. I'm gonna make sure not to block your view. Look. So we'll let these grow this year. We won't harvest them. We won't dig them up. You dig these things up in the fall. and they reproduce pretty rapidly from what I understand. Once they get established, they're kind of hard to control, so you want to make sure you manage it properly. You know, you don't want them creeping over on a neighbor's property, might upset the neighbor. Like bamboo, that's why we don't plant bamboo. That stuff just spreads like crazy, and you've got to remove the entire root system to remove the bamboo. Supposedly this stuff's the same way, but they make beautiful flowers, and we're putting them right up here behind the bees, so the bees will be able to get the nectar, be able to do the pollination thing. Good for the environment, and the tubers are edible, supposedly delicious, so they can spread as much as they want, because I don't mind eating them. Now, you're supposed to plant these things 6 inches deep, about 12 to 18 inches apart. And FYI, I bought these on Amazon. 2.5 pounds for $26, I believe it was. So, kind of pricey as far as like seed stock goes or whatever, but for something that comes back year after year after year after year, and that multiplies as it does, it's a pretty good price. I like to smell everything. So you keep watching back there, and him, her, it, or they'll creep around. They'll creep around and sneak right up in here in this tree line too. So you watch the whole area, everything within view. I'm gonna count these. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. All right, 18. A couple little ones. So we got 18. So I'm going to go 6, 6, 4, 2, 6. Let's see, 18. That's pretty good. Let's just see. I might go 8. Soil's easy to work since I tilled it up a couple weeks ago for part A of this project. It now has a part B. Alright, so I got 6. Sorry to get out of frame there, but down that way. But y'all are here to watch potentially Bigfoot Sasquatch, not me. So there's 6. Let's go ahead and get them in the ground. Growing food's like fishing. You're not going to catch any fish if your bait's in the water. You're not going to grow any food if your seeds or your tubes or sprouts, whatever's not in the ground. Tell you what, I'm gonna get this done. We're gonna walk up there and see if we can see Him, her, it, or they. They don't like it though. You get too close, like you could hear. They'll huff and puff. Hey, somebody said, why don't I just run up there and grab it? Yeah, I did that a couple months ago, and potentially it grabbed me back, threw me down, twisted me up in a mess, and I was in a hospital for 3 days. This is working out good. We're getting a row of 6, then 5, then we'll do 4 and 3. That's 18. 6, 5, 4, 3. Do the math. And in this way, it's going to be... I drive my wife crazy with this, but I like for things to be uniform. Just why not? I mean, why not make things neat and orderly, you know? Make sure this is right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yep. 4 and 3. 4 and 3. I tell you, I just know we're being watched. Got that feeling? I'm actually going to bring these down here. Because there's trees here. Trees start here. So I'm going to go. And we're going to complete the, right here, it's going to be beautiful. Man. Hey, nothing to it. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, and 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Okay. So they're all in the ground. So hopefully this works out. I, of course, will keep you updated. But this is, you know, work you do once, product you buy once, and then eat forever after, as long as it works out. These sunchokes prefer full sunlight, which they have here, but they'll grow just about everywhere, according to my research. Again, it's my first time to do this, and that's how I learn best, from doing, not from Googling it and reading about it on the internet or reading out of a book, though I do love to do those things and I do love to read. Somebody asked me in a recent video in the comment section about trees, because I was talking about all this stuff about trees. They asked how I knew so much about trees. Did I study it or whatever? The majority of my knowledge on trees came from planting trees. It came from killing several of them, not intentionally, of course, just from not having any success with what I was trying to do, then having to figure out how to do it correctly. And it came from doing. I mean, I'm all for education. I went to college, I graduated. Okay, I'm not knocking on that, but I like to remember what Mark Twain said. There's so much truth in this. He said, I always want to make sure not to let my education get in the way of my learning. So my knowledge from trees, and soon I will possess knowledge on what we did here today, doesn't come from a book. It's not because I educated myself on it. It's because I got out here and did it and learned about it. So let's go see if we can find that Bigfoot Sasquatch that may or may not live back here in the woods behind my house. All right, I just dropped my stuff here at the ground. I was going to put it in the garage and then go up there, and I wasn't going to start recording until we got up there. But something big moved in those woods and scared a bunch of crows out of there. So we're going to start recording from now. This is Project C dash whatever I'm on. I'm going to come down here and do some of this. We got to get some squatching done though. Work can wait. Work can wait. We're going to go squatching now. I'm going to give you my view as we go. So if that thing moves again back there or starts screaming at us like it did when we started this video, we'll catch it on camera. Potentially. Potentially. Gosh, look at the meadow. Isn't it so beautiful? It's out in its full spring green. Yeah, I got a stand of gray birch trees up here that are like 25, 30 feet high. It's thick up in there. Yeah, you know what? Maybe we should go up that way and try to come back down and around on a potential Bigfoot Sasquatch that may or may not live in the woods behind my house. Oh, I'm sure him, her, it, or they, if there's more than one of them, has got their eyes on us right now. But let's change it up. Oh, look at this. Walnut tree, baby walnut tree. Look at this pine. It's beautiful. Gorgeous, 6 feet tall. It's a nice locust. Look at this. That locust is about 8 or 9 feet tall. Boy, and these beautiful, beautiful trees. I know we're supposed to be looking for Bigfoot Sasquatch, but these gray birch, very fast growing tree. They're in their 5th year. They're over 20 feet tall. Oh man, it's sick. I bet you there's rabbits in there right now. You know what? I can smell these. I wish your screens had smell-o-vision. Look at that giant bumblebee on those blackberry blossoms. Oh, they smell divine. Okay, hold on. Wow. Talk about a tree bend. That's new. You know, all these blackberries, it's the main reason our son wanted to buy this property. Oh, we got movement. There's something in there. Just past the bend. Oh, it went up this way. Yep, there's something in here watching us. These weird structures. These weird TP looking structures just pop up randomly in different places. And then just as randomly, they'll be gone. Whatever it is, we got a corner back in here. Oh my God. All right, cricket scared the Jiminy Crickets out of me. Man, it's thick up in there this time of year. Makes it so hard to see them. And they know it. They know they've got the advantage this time of year. They keep their distance in the fall and the winter. As you can see, as you clearly have seen. What a nice view of the place from up here at this angle now. Look at this. Oh, they get bold when the leaves are back. Check that out. My house, pond. It's beautiful. Wow, all that stuff we planted is way down there. All right. Well, it appears that once again, as has been the case for some time now, him, her, it, or they love to just come out and be all voyeuristic and see what that crazy guy that talks to himself into a little box he's holding in his hand all the time is down there doing. Yeah, you keep watching. There's a reason I'm staying right here in this position. So, my son wanted to buy this property because of all these blackberries. Of course, they were just around the wood line back then because the meadow was a hay field at that time. He was so excited that if we were to buy this place, we would get free food. We had just come here from the Philippines, and free food was a big deal at that point in our lives. And so just every time me and my wife walk around here picking berries in the summer, we remember that and we laugh about it and remind each other of that story. It's gnat season too. It's the only bad part of this time of year. Well, we're going to keep at them. They're going to keep coming back, obviously, so are we. And we'll see if more next time that happens. From here to PBS. The potential Bigfoot Sasquatch show.